right, welcome in everybody as we get ready for the Western Trails Conference Final. Gordon-Rushville Mustangs and the Bridgeport Bulldogs here from Cougar Palace in Scotts Bluff on the campus of WNCC. Glad to have everyone along with us tonight, and everybody on the ball and on time. It looks like a whole bunch of you already online. Glad to have you along with us as we are 14 and a half minutes away from getting this one underway here in the WTC Final. Should be a whole lot of fun, and we would sure like to know where you're watching from tonight. If you are a Twitter user, fire off a tweet now and let us know where you're watching from and who you're cheering for. Use the handle at SC Journal Star, and we'll pick those up and get those tweets on the air this evening. This should be a good one. Two teams with similar records, similar types of teams. Bridgeport comes in at 14-6. Bridgeport, a team who hasn't played a whole lot of anybody, and they've lost to some teams with some pretty questionable records. Mustangs, on the other hand, with some losses as well, but losses against a couple of Class B teams as opposed to those that Bridgeport has faced. However, that doesn't mean anything, and we look forward to a very competitive, very tight game. The Mustangs last night, an uninspired effort in the first half. They had to come from behind, but once they got things rolling in the third quarter, things really started to work for them. Not sure that they can afford to have that kind of a slow start here this evening against a much better Bridgeport Bulldog team. As we said, Bridgeport with a season record of 14 wins and 6 losses. Starters tonight for Bridgeport. Number 2 is Caleb Lucetto. Number 3 is Cole Fessler. Number 13, Jake Wallison. Number 23, Luis Garcia. And number 24, Logan Nichols. And for the Mustangs, a little bit of a change to the lineup tonight. Getting the start this evening, number 2 is Morgan Holbert. Number 4, Dylan Schwarting. Number 12, Corby Campbell. Number 22 is Trace Bagan. And number 24 is Jared Nelson. 12 minutes and 35 seconds left to go in the pregame warm-ups here from WNCC. We're going to step aside for a word from our sponsors and be back with more pregame festivities after this on SheridanCountyJournalStar.net.
Hinn's Home Furnishings of Gordon is gearing up for our annual tax return sale with big savings store-wide. Hinn's Home Furnishings has a great selection of couches, recliners, mattresses, appliances, dining room sets, and more. We also carry a wide variety of quality flooring and even offer installation. Hinn's Home Furnishings also offers free local delivery. Come check us out at 122 North Main Street in Gordon. Remember, even if we don't have what you're looking for, we can get it for you.
You won't notice any untamed acreage here, a retaining wall that needs rebuilding, or an old gnarled tree stump in the middle of a field. Why? Because it's already been taken care of. That's why. New Holland has the power and versatility to create whatever world you imagine. Get 0% financing for up to 84 months on any compact tractor at your local New Holland dealer. New Holland, equipped for a new world.
You okay?
What happened?
Dad kind of walked into my swing.
Don't you mean Dad kind of ruined our Hawaii fund?
I should go to the hospital.
There goes the airfare. I don't think health insurance will cover all of that.
It's not safe.
Without that cash from
Aflac!
we might have to choose between Hawaii or your face.
Hawaii.
What?
Oh, Hawaii.
You might have less coverage than you think. Visit Aflac.com and keep your lifestyle healthy.
Aflac!
Just over 10 minutes left to go in the pregame warm-ups here from Scotts Bluff. Say thanks to sponsors of tonight's action: Gordon True Value, Gordon Superfoods, and Ideal Market of Rushville, Open Range Beef, Hub International, Gordon Dental, Hinn's Clothing Center, the First National Bank of Gordon, Gardner, Lautzenheiser, and Ryan, Strong Insurance, the Bank of the West, the Italian Inn in Gordon, Grocery Mart, and of course our partner sponsors, Modern Farm Equipment, Gordon Memorial Health Services, Hins Home Furnishings, and the Sheridan County Journal-Star. Gordon Memorial Health Services would like to announce the addition of Renee Fortin to the physical therapy department as a registered and licensed occupational therapist. Fortin is at Gordon Memorial Health Services every Tuesday and Thursday. To schedule an appointment, please contact your medical provider today. This is the Gordon Memorial Health Services pregame report, brought to you by Gordon Memorial Health Services in Gordon, with clinics in Gordon and Rushville. 8.5 minutes to go before we get things underway here, and the game that just finished up immediately preceding this one, the Lady Tigers of Mitchell crowned Western Trails Conference champions as they defeated the Bridgeport Bulldogs in a very exciting, very interesting game. So congratulations to the Mitchell Lady Tigers, Western Trails Conference champions. We are going to step aside, and we will be back in just a few minutes as we get ready for the Western Trails Conference Final here from Cougar Palace in Scottsbluff. 3.5 minutes until we get this one underway. It is the Western Trails Conference Final here on SheridanCountyJournalStar.net. Glad to have each and every one of you along with us. Big crowd along tonight. And so a big, hearty Sheridan County Journal-Star welcome to all of you, whether you're watching from across the street, across the state, or across the country, or even around the world. Glad to have you with us here tonight. Know we got a whole lot of folks on board from a long ways away this evening. I think we got some folks out in Salt Lake City on board as well. And we got the local crowd here on board as well. Good to see everybody here and ready for a good one here tonight. As we said earlier, Bridgeport comes into this game. They will be the road team wearing their black uniforms. 14-6 the record for the Bridgeport Bulldogs. Starters for the Bulldogs tonight. Number 2 is Caleb Lassetto. Number 3 is Cole Fessler. Number 13 is Jake Wallison. Number 23, Luis Garcia. And number 24, Logan Nichols. For the Mustangs, Morgan Holbert gets the start tonight. Number 2, Morgan Holbert. Number 4, Dylan Schwarting. Number 12 is Corby Campbell. Number 22, Trace Bagan. And number 24, Jared Nelson. Just about 2 minutes left to go in the pre-games. We'll bring you the introductions of the starting lineups. And this will be a very much Bridgeport crowd. We're just a few miles away from their hometown, and a whole lot of purple in the stands here for Bridgeport. Hard to see the Mustang fans. They are down directly below us, and so we won't be a whole lot of evidence there. We hope we hear a whole lot from them here this evening as we go through the game. Again, say thanks to sponsors of tonight's action as they do let us come down here and make these long road trips, bring these games to you, and we certainly enjoy doing that. We hope you enjoy it at home as well. We don't always get it right, but we sure have an awful lot of fun trying, and we appreciate all of you coming along for the ride this evening. Both teams head over to the benches as we will switch microphones and get ready for the introductions of the starting lineups.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome again now to the championship game in the boys division of the Western Trails Conference Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, the conference officials want to thank each and every one of you for supporting your school. Your support has been outstanding, as well as your sportsmanship. And we thank you for your support. This championship game tonight between the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs and the Bridgeport Bulldogs. On the scoreboard, the home team will be the Mustangs from Gordon-Rushville. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's introduce the starting lineup. First for the Bridgeport Bulldogs. A 5'38" junior, number 2, Caleb Lassetto. A 5'7" freshman, number 3, Cole Fessler. A 5'7" freshman, number 13, Jake Wallison. 6'2" freshman, number 23, Luis Garza. 6'2" junior, number 24, Logan Nichols. Head coach is Nick Rose, assisted by Dave Baxter and Jeremy Rimmer. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the starting lineup for the Mustangs of Gordon-Rushville. A 5'10" senior, number 2, Gordon Holbert. 5'9" junior, number 4, Dylan Schwarting. 5'9" senior, number 10, Brady Bolander. 6'3" senior, number 12, Corby Campbell. 6'1" senior, number 22, Trace Bagan. 6' senior, number 24, Jared Nelson.
So there are the starting lineups for the two teams as we get ready to go here and really glad to see number 2, Morgan Holbert, back in that starting lineup. He missed the greater part of the first part of the season with a knee injury, but great to have him back on the floor for the Mustangs here this evening. And you folks know the drill. We get a lot of traffic back and forth in front of the camera from where we have to work from here in Scottsbluff. Part of the deal, you know how that works, and so we are just about ready to go. Clint Anderson along with my lovely camerawoman Jean Anderson tonight. 8 minutes on the clock. Corby Campbell in the center circle. He wins the tip, and we are underway in the Western Trails Conference Final. Morgan Holbert with the basketball. He'll set things up for the Mustangs. Mustangs in those white home uniforms, and Bridgeport in the road black uniforms with the purple numbers. Morgan Holbert all by himself, works over to the left wing. Now he looks in. Now they'll find Nelson. Nelson, three-pointer on the way from the top of the key. That's no good. There's a good offensive rebound by Bagan. He can't get the follow to go. It's out of bounds off of the Mustangs. It'll be Bridgeport Bulldog basketball just underway. 7:33 to go in the first quarter. And the Mustangs are going to put some full court pressure on here. Try and force the issue early against the Bulldogs. Mustangs need to do something different. Last night they came out incredibly cold, and they get a turnover on the Bulldogs' first possession of the game, and that's just what the doctor ordered for the Mustangs. Already looking a whole lot sharper than they did last night. And there is Dylan Schwarting losing his footing coming out of that cut, and they'll turn it back over to Bridgeport. Nothing special here. The Mustangs are just picking up Bridgeport with full court man-to-man pressure. They throw that one away. So 2 possessions, 2 turnovers for Bridgeport. And yes, my cameraman Jean says she apologizes. We've got KNEB has now started providing video, and their video guy is set up right in your line of sight. We apologize for that. We've got over here as far as we possibly can get. And there is a shot by Jared Nelson, but he is fouled. We've got that out of as much of the picture as we possibly can. We're over here, anyway, doing everything that we can to get you a great look at this basketball game. So Jared Nelson, after the first foul on Jake Wallison, Nelson puts the first one up, and that is good. As we said last night, Jared very, very good from the free throw line. And the Mustangs score first. They've got it 1-0. Nelson lines up the second one and knocks that one down as well. 7:11 to go, first quarter. Here's Lassetto on the dribble, works against Holbert. Brings it up the right side, crosses the timeline. Mustangs with good pressure in the early going here, and that's another tip and another takeaway. Good heads-up play that time by one of the Bridgeport Bulldogs, but the Mustangs get it back. 6:50 to go, first quarter. Morgan Holbert sets the offense, works to the left wing, loses it, gets it back. Still on the dribble, cross to Bagan. Bagan into the lane, kicks it back out. Into the corner for Schwarting. Back to Holbert, drives down the lane, kicks it out, and we got a traveling call as Holbert came to a stop. 6:35 to go, first quarter. More pressure by the Mustangs, as this will be Fessler to inbound at this time. Gets it into Lassetto. Back to Fessler. Fessler works against Schwarting. Mustangs will double him there, but he dribbles right through the double team. Mustangs get back on defense. Here's Lassetto back into the corner for Fessler. He'll try the three. That one is no good, and he gets the long rebound himself. Back to Lassetto, drives in. Jump stop in the lane, kicks it out. This is Wallison, picks up his dribble, nowhere to go with it. Finally, will get it out to Fessler. Fessler works down towards the corner. Now he's hung up, gets it up top for Wallison at the top of the key. Wallison back to Lassetto, under 6 to go in the first quarter. Lassetto on the dribble, he's guarded by Jared Nelson, works off of the pick. Cross-court pass, little layup is good. That's Logan Nichols with the bucket. We're tied at 2, and we've got a push called on Wallison, and that'll be number 2 on Jake Wallison. So 2 early fouls for Jake Wallison, and he's going to have to come out of the game. He'll be replaced in the Bulldog lineup by David Argamosa. So Wallison out with 2 fouls, Argamosa in. And here is Jared Nelson to set the offense for the Mustangs. 5:30 to go, first quarter. Nelson curls around, kicks it out. Holbert drives in, feeds it down low for Corby Campbell. Good strong baseline move, and he is fouled. That'll be free throws for number 12, Corby Campbell. So they fed it to Corby down on the baseline. One dribble and a good strong move to the basket results in the foul, and that is the first on Garza. First free throw by Campbell is no good. The second one coming. This one finds the mark, and the Mustangs back up by 1. 5:22 to go, first quarter. Fessler. Mustangs show that trap. Bridgeport breaks it nicely and able to convert, as that was Garza all alone under the basket. Bridgeport with the lead. Nelson drives in, lays it up, and good. Mustangs back in front, 5-4. Under 5 to go, first quarter. Here's Fessler on the dribble. Brings it left side. Looking for somewhere to go with this basketball. Good defense by the Mustangs. Finally, they'll get it out to Argamosa. Picks up his dribble between the circles. The Mustangs playing some really good defense, man-to-man defense here tonight. There's a three-pointer from the corner. That one won't fall. Rebound comes down, corralled by Lissetto. Another three-pointer from the corner. That one won't fall. And out of bounds, they're going to say off of Argamosa. It'll be Mustang basketball. And the one constant that we have seen through all of the games since we've been down here in Scottsbluff is these referees are really letting these kids play. They have done that in every game. They've been different referees, but not afraid to let some physical play go, and not a lot of fouls called. And it looks like that's how it's going to be here in the championship game as well. Mustang basketball. Morgan Holbert feeds it down low for Nelson, kicks it back out to Morgan. They'll swing it around into the corner for Schwarting. To Nelson down the lane. Little scoop shot won't fall. Off balance shot for Nelson that time. Not a real good look at the basket, as now we're under 4 to go in the first quarter. Lissetto works to the wing, accelerates to the baseline, and we're going to have a blocking foul called on Morgan Holbert. Now that'll be the first on him, and the first Mustang foul of the game. Now Bolender, Hinn, and Corbin Bailey come into the Mustang lineup. Nelson and Campbell stay in. Lissetto missed everything that time, but it's out of bounds off of, I'm not sure if that was Hinn or Nelson that got a hand on it and tipped it out of bounds. So it stays with Bridgeport with 3:42 to go in the first quarter. Mustangs with a 1-point advantage. Now not sure what the holdup is. Now the referees say, let's go. Let's go to work. Get it into Nichols. Back out to Fessler. Lissetto has it between the circles, guarded closely by Bolender. Tipped it away, but Lissetto got it back. Into the corner for Nichols. That one off the mark, no good. Tipped out of bounds. Mustang basketball. Carson Hinn in there doing battle for that rebound. Right down in front of the Mustang student cheering section. Good to see those kids down here supporting their peers here this evening. 3:21 to go. Here's Bolender. Works to his left. Campbell and now to Nelson on the left wing. Curls around to Hinn and now to Bailey. Corby Campbell has it. And now onto the wing for Bolender. Mustangs kind of playing catch up top. Nelson has it. And they'll work it around again. Corbin Bailey will drive to the hoop. Good aggressive move that time, and he draws the foul. Corbin had some room to work, and he'll have 2 free throws. They give this foul to number 21. That is Drake DeMasters, who has come into the game. First free throw by Corbin is no good. 2:52 to go in the first quarter. Second one is good by Corbin Bailey. And that gives the Mustangs a 2-point advantage. Just under 3 to go in this first quarter. We expected a good competitive contest, and we have got exactly that, as that one's tipped out of bounds by Corby Campbell. But it'll stay with Bridgeport. Eric Stevens now into the game, and he'll trigger it in. He gets it in to Fessler. Fessler wants to hand that off to Lassetto, but he can't do it. He's picked up his dribble, in trouble. Able to get it to Lassetto. Back outside to Fessler. He'll drive in, and Brady Bolender going to be called for the hold. That's his first, with 2:27 to go in the first quarter. And the Mustang student section with a whole host of signs, not sure what all of those mean, as there's a three-pointer on the way by Nichols. And that makes it 7-6, puts Bridgeport back in front. Jared Nelson on the drive, kicks it out for Corbin Bailey. Carson Hinn curls into the paint and kicks it out. Nelson cutting to the hoop, up and good. Jared Nelson absorbed the contact that time and able to find the basket. Puts Gordon-Rushville back in front with under 2 to go. Into the corner they go for Nichols. Mustangs trying to trap in the corner. That one thrown off the backboard. It's gonna be a lucky bounce for Bridgeport. Stevens has it, fadeaway jumper, that won't fall. Brady Bolender with the rebound, and then he is tripped from behind by Caleb Lassetto, and that is number 1 on Lassetto. That is the 5th team foul on Bridgeport, as now Bagan comes back in. That was Shorting also, who came back into the game, as Nelson and Campbell will get a little bit of a breather with 1:40 to go in the first quarter. So Brady Bolender walks it up the floor. He'll set the offense for the Mustangs. Here's Bailey on the wing. Bailey with the left-hand dribble. Works to the top of the key to Carson Hinn. Now they'll switch it back the other way. Here's Bagan across to Bolender. He'll try the three-pointer. Good! Brady Bolender for 3. 11-7, stretches that lead to 4 for the Mustangs. Lassetto works against Bolender, brings it up the right side. Mustangs show that trap. Whips it around. Stevens able to corral that one. Here's Nichols for 3. That one is good. So Nichols with 8 points on a pair of three-pointers pulls Bridgeport back within 1 with under a minute to go. 45 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Here's Corbin Bailey. Now to Bolender. Bolender on the dribble. Tries to feed it to Schwarting, and that one is blocked. Dillon in the paint, not able to get it high enough up over the fingertips of the Bridgeport Bulldogs. That three-pointer won't go. Now the Mustangs have it with 23 seconds. Here's Corbin Bailey behind the defense. Missed it, but there is Brady Bolender trailing the play. Offensive rebound for the Mustangs, and Brady traveled with it. Brady took a hop before he put the ball on the floor. He doesn't like the call, but it was a good one. 14.8 seconds to go here. Bridgeport with the basketball. They trail by 1. Jared Nelson comes back into the game. He'll take the place of Corbin Bailey in the Mustang lineup. The clock runs under 12 now. Lassetto down the right side, switches hands. Into the corner they go. This is Stevens. He'll drive in, pull up jumper. That one is off the mark, but Nichols is there for the rebound and the putback. And pardon the shaking here, as we got a lot of stomping going up here, so we got a little bit of a wiggly camera. We apologize for that. At the end of 1, it is Bridgeport 12 and Gordon-Rushville 11 here on SheridanCountyJournalStar.net.
There is a new world out there, revealing itself in unpredictable ways. A world that demands more from the land and those who grow, farm, and build on it. This new world calls for the ingenuity to get more out of it, while preserving as much as we can. After all, to stay ahead of tomorrow, we need to be equipped for it today.
Say thanks to sponsors of today's action. Stop in and take advantage of true value of Gordon's Bargains of the Month. Save on LED light bulbs, smoke alarms, and trucks, DeWalt built bit sets, and more. Come see Buck and the gang at 217 North Main Street in Gordon. Ready to get the second quarter underway. Mustangs trail it by 1. Back on the floor to start this second quarter, Morgan Holbert, Trace Bagan, Ryan Schwarting, Corby Campbell, and Jared Nelson. That starting 5 back out there for Gordon-Rushville. They've looked good here early. Well, this is DeMasters with it. Finally puts it on the floor, drives down, lays it off glass, no good. And the rebound by Trace Bagan. Just underway in the second quarter. Nelson on the dribble, the hesitation, steps back. Now we'll try it again, trying to find some room to work. Schwarting for 3 from the top of the key. In and out, no good, but there's an offensive rebound by Corby Campbell. Nelson down the lane, scoop shot up and under. That one won't fall. Jared maybe getting a little bit fancy that time. 7:15 to go, and a traveling call that time going to be called on Kyle Kildow, and they'll give it right back to the Mustangs. 7:12 to go. Kildow comes out. Cole Fessler back in. Rossetto gets the shoe tied, and he is ready to go. And we're back to basketball action. Morgan Holbert brings it up the floor. He'll trigger the Mustang offense with 7:05 to go in the second quarter. Works to the right wing on the dribble. Now he picks it up and finds Schwarting at the top of the key. He'll work to his left. Drives to the baseline. Tried to feed it inside for Corby Campbell. Taken away there by Stevens. And Rossetto brings it up and crosses the timeline. Onto the wing for Stevens. High post they go for DeMaster. DeMaster looks. Finally he'll dribble out of trouble. Over the top they go. Rossetto with the jumper. That won't fall. And here is Morgan Holbert quickly back the other way. Holbert on the dribble, flips it back out. Luckily, Nelson was there. Holbert didn't have a clear path to the basket. So here's Schwarting. Leaves it for Campbell. Ball loose on the floor. Battle for it. And it's going to be picked up by Rossetto finally. 6:15 to go in the second quarter. Stevens down the floor. Picks up his dribble. Now has it tipped away, and that's a takeaway by Trace Bagan. Trace reached in and tipped that out of there. Ryan Schwarting drives in over the top, up, and an offensive foul called on Dylan Schwarting. Take those 2 points back off of the board. Dylan Schwarting not happy. Now Rossetto comes out. Kildow back into the game for Bridgeport. 6:03 to go, second quarter. Mustangs trail it by 1. And now Gordon-Rushville with more full court pressure. They get it into Fessler. And he's picked up by Morgan Holbert. Fessler with a little bit of a forearm there, trying to get some room to work. Now they get it out to Stevens out near the half-court line. Works off of the pick. Mustangs switch on defense. And now back to Nichols. Nichols. Count the basket. Nice move that time by Kyle Kildow. Able to get that one to fall. Makes it 14-11, and he'll have a chance for the three-point play. Give that foul to Morgan Holbert. That is number 2 on him. So Kyle Kildow with a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play, and he knocks that one down. And that gives Bridgeport their biggest lead of the game at 15-11. Cross court for Schwarting. Wanted that 3. The ball slipped out of his hands. Now here's Morgan Holbert up top. Morgan hands it off to Jared Nelson. Nelson picks up his dribble, flips it around to Began. Outside to Nelson. Nelson drives in. More contact. And taken away by Corby Campbell. Spin move up and over. Count the basket and one. Good strong move by Corby Campbell. Took that ball away and laid it up for two. Give that foul to Drake DeMasters. That is his second. Corby 0 for 1 from the line tonight, now 0 for 2. 2-point ball game, 5:10 to go in the second quarter. Here's Fessler on the dribble. Picks up his dribble, gets it back to, that was DeMasters, and he is fouled on the shot attempt. And so DeMasters will have 2 free throws. So both teams now aggressive to the hoop, resulting in fouls on both ends. That one's going to be called on Jared Nelson. That is his first. That free throw falls off no good. And DeMasters with one more. Lassetto comes back in. He'll replace Fessler. 5 minutes on the dot left to go in this first half. Drake DeMasters at the line. Puts this one up and it is good. DeMasters comes out, and into the game now comes Luis Garza. Garza back into that lineup. And here is Nelson crossing the timeline. Mustangs down by 3, under 5 to go in the second quarter. Nelson on the dribble, high off the glass, and he gets that one to fall. And now a 1-point game. Stevens works against Began. Gets it back to Lassetto. Brings it across behind the back dribble. Nicely done into the corner for Nichols. 3-pointer on the way. That one was well short. And that is Morgan Holbert, who is bumped. And again, back to what we said earlier, physical play. Morgan Holbert was shoved out of bounds by a Bridgeport defender, but no call there. And they'll turn it over to Bridgeport. 4:25 to go in the second quarter. Get it into Nichols. Now up top, this is killed out. He'll put it on the floor. And to Nichols. Now between the circles for Lassetto. Bridgeport tries to reset. Lassetto all the way in, lays it up, and that one just short. Battle between Garza and Campbell for the rebound. Held ball, and the possession arrow in favor of the Mustangs with 4:06 to go in the first half. A 1-point game. Morgan Holbert walks it up the floor. He'll hand it off to Jared Nelson. Mustangs get set on offense. Nelson into the corner for Schwarting. Back to Nelson. Nelson on the dribble. Kicks it out for Began. He'll try the 3, and that's no good. Nichols on the rebound. Gets it to Stevens. Stevens brings it across, guarded closely by Trace Began, and then taken away by Morgan Holbert. Morgan quickly up the floor, 2-on-1. Morgan all the way in, lays it up, good! Morgan Holbert's first 2 of the night puts the Mustangs back in front, 17-16, with under 3.5 to go in the first half. Here's Stevens again working against Began. Bridgeport content to let the big guy bring the ball up the floor. Here's Stevens from way outside, good! Eric Stevens for 3, knocks it down and puts Bridgeport back in front, 19-17 with 3:09 left to go in the first quarter. Let Gordon Superfoods and Ideal Market of Rushville help you get prepped for the big game this Sunday with deals on fresh avocados, Johnsonville brats, New York strip steaks, and more. Superfoods is located on Highway 20 in Gordon and Ideal Market on Highway 20 in Rushville. And of course, both of those open 7 days a week. Get stocked up for the big game. Superfoods and Ideal Market. 3:09 left to go in the first half. Bridgeport by 2, 19-17. It's been back and forth. We expected that this was going to be a good competitive game, and it has not disappointed. Fouls fairly even. Bridgeport with 6, Gordon-Rushville with 5. So So the next Bridgeport foul puts the Mustangs into the 1-1. Nelson on the dribble, drives in, kicks it out into the corner for Bailey. And Bailey traveled with it. So in the Mustang lineup, Hinn, Bolender, Bailey, Nelson, and Campbell. Full court pressure, Lusetto brings it across, drives in, kicks it out for Stevens. Stevens on the dribble. Now outside for Kildow, back to Stevens, into the corner they go for Lusetto. The three-pointer is no good. Long rebound controlled by Nichols. Bolender reached in there and tipped it away. And now trapped in the corner is Kildow, able to throw it off of Jared Nelson to maintain the possession. 2:36 to go, second quarter. And these two teams will meet up again next Friday night as Bridgeport comes to Gordon. So we'll look forward to that rematch next Friday night, the 9th. Here's Lusetto between the circles. Stevens for three, long three-pointer, in and out, no good. Bailey with the rebound. Back to Bailey. Nelson with a long three-pointer. That one is off the back iron and no good. Long rebound controlled by Stevens. Carson Hinn gets into the play and takes it away. Great defensive hustle by Carson Hinn that time. Carson back the other way, all the way in. Shot up and won't quite go, high off the glass. And Lusetto comes out of the scrum with it. 2 minutes left to go in the first half. Into the corner they go for Kildow. Kildow drives to the baseline, cut off there by Nelson. Lusetto will bring it up top. Bridgeport regroups on offense. The shot by Kildow, and he is going to be fouled. That'll be 2 shots for Kyle Kildow. And I believe they gave that foul to Corbin Bailey. That is number 1 on him. Kyle Kildow 1 for 1 from the line tonight. First one is good. Now substitutions, late substitutions coming on. Nichols back in there for Garza. 1:39 to go. Kildow with one more free throw. And that one also is good. He's 3 for 3 from the line tonight. Makes it a 4-point game. 1:35 to go in the second quarter. Bolender triggers the offense onto the wing for Bailey. Bailey across to Carson Hinn, curls into the paint. Nowhere to go with that one. Hung up, gets it out to Bailey, and a 3-second violation as Carson Hinn got hung up in the lane and couldn't get out of there in time. And they'll turn it over. Garza back in for Kildow. They'll get it into Lusetto. Lusetto works against Bailey. Corbin Bailey. They try to trap, and into the corner they go. This is Fessler. That three won't go. Carson Hinn with the rebound. And Carson brings it across. 1:05 to go. Bolender brings it to the top of the key. Under a minute to go. Bailey, and now to Schwarting. Schwarting thought about that three, steps back, jumper in and out, no good. And they're going to get Trace Bagan for coming over the back. And that is the first on Trace. And that puts Bridgeport into the 1-1. So a 1-1 opportunity for, I believe that's Garza standing at the line. .6 seconds left to go. Off the back iron and no good. Rebounded by Bagan. Here's Jared Nelson with 45 seconds to work. Quickly ahead to Schwarting. Three-pointer on the way. That one's no good. Tipped out of there, but controlled by Garza. Ahead to Lusetto with 40 seconds to go. Fessler brings it across. Hands it off to Lasetto. Under 30. Lasetto on the dribble, behind the back dribble, but it got away from him. Nichols for three. That one missed everything, and it'll be Mustang basketball. Hard into the stands went Stevens, trying to save that one in, but he had stepped on the end line. And so it'll be Mustang basketball. Gordon-Rushville with a chance to cut into that 4-point lead with 15.5 seconds to go. Nelson walks it up the floor. Under 10. Nelson did this a couple of times last night. Drives in and then step back for three. This one's going to be just a little bit short. And we've got a foul on the Mustangs. And they're giving that to Jared Nelson. That is the second on him. So a late foul with 1 second left. Thought that clock was running out, but they called a foul with 1 second left, so that'll put Fessler at the line for a 1-and-1 opportunity. First one is good. So instead of cutting into the lead, the Mustangs give Bridgeport a chance to extend it. And he got them both. So at the end of the half, it is Bridgeport 23 and Gordon-Rushville 17.
There is a new world out there, revealing itself in unpredictable ways. A world that demands more from the land and those who grow, farm, and build on it. This new world calls for the ingenuity to get more out of it, while preserving as much as we can. After all, to stay ahead of tomorrow, we need to be equipped for it today.
When you go to a doctor or hospital, your insurance company pays for this much. The rest is on you. So if these are the savings you'll dip into while you're out of work, Aflac can help. Helps to cover the stuff that isn't covered by your regular insurance, so your bills won't be totally bananas.
Oh, that's what Aflac is.
Apply during your company's annual open enrollment. Stock up on benefits, you're set for the year.
Hinn's Home Furnishings of Gordon is gearing up for our annual tax return sale with big savings store-wide. Hinn's Home Furnishings has a great selection of couches, recliners, mattresses, appliances, dining room sets, and more. We also carry a wide variety of quality flooring and even offer installation. Hinn's Home Furnishings also offers free local delivery. Come check us out at 122 North Main Street in Gordon. Remember, even if we don't have what you're looking for, we can get it for you.
So a short halftime break here in this tournament setting. 8 minutes and change left to go before we get the second half underway. Let's take a look at some unofficial scoring totals. First for the Mustangs. Going down the line, Morgan Holbert with 2, Corbin Bailey with 1, Brady Bolender and Corby Campbell each with 3 apiece, and Jared Nelson with 8. For the Bridgeport Bulldogs, Cole Fessler has 2, Kyle Kildow 5, Drake DeMasters 1, Luis Garcia 2, Logan Nichols has 10, and Eric Stevens with 3. Fouls, Mustangs, Jared Nelson picked up his second foul with 1 second left to go in that first half. Morgan Holbert also with 2 fouls. And then we've got Corbin Bailey, Dylan Schwarting, Brady Bolender, and Trace Bagan all with 1 foul apiece. For Bridgeport, Jake Wallison and Drake DeMasters each with 2, Caleb Lasetto with 1, and Luis Garza also with 1 foul in that first half. Let's take a look at the Twitter feed, see if we've got any more messages. Yeah, we got a handful more there. Glad to have the Phoenix cheering section back with us again tonight. Along with the Zillers. Open Range Beef of Gordon is proud to support the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs and our community. Say thanks to Open Range Beef for sponsoring tonight's broadcast. Come and see Jeff Jaggers at Hub International at 402 East 2nd Street in Rushville for all of your home, auto, farm, ranch, and crop insurance needs. And you can cheer on the Mustangs this season with a smile that looks good and feels great by taking a trip to see Dr. Robert Ferguson and his exceptional staff at Gordon Dental for a pain-free, patient-oriented dental experience. Check out the great selection of sale items now at Hins Clothing in Gordon. They also have a great selection of sportswear, casual wear, jeans, shoes, and much more. Come to Hins Clothing Center at 208 North Main Street in Gordon. And the Gordon Memorial Health Services would like to announce the addition of Renee Fortin to the Physical Therapy Department as a registered and licensed occupational therapist. Fortin is at Gordon Memorial Health Services every Tuesday and Thursday. To schedule an appointment, please contact your medical provider today. Say thanks to partner sponsors Modern Farm Equipment, Gordon Memorial Health Services, Hins Home Furnishings, and the Sheridan County Journal-Star, your source for all the news that is news in Sheridan County. And, of course, the Journal-Star is available as an online edition. Check that out at www.SheridanCountyJournalStar.net. Great way for anybody out of the area to keep track on the goings-on at home. Do that at your fingertips wherever you are, whether you're on your laptop, desktop, mobile device, whatever that is. You can be in the know with all the goings-on in Sheridan County. Check it out at SheridanCountyJournalStar.net. 4 minutes and 21 seconds left to go in this halftime break. We're going to step aside for just a couple of minutes, and we'll be back with the start of the second half on SheridanCountyJournalStar.net. thanks to everybody who has tweeted out their support for Mustang basketball this evening. Always appreciate seeing where everybody is watching from as we go through the game. Just over a minute left before we get this one back underway again. Mustangs trail it by 6 at the half, 23-17. If we look back to last night, they trailed by 3, 18-15 last night, and then completely went off the rails in the third quarter, outscoring Mitchell by a 17-6 margin in that third quarter to really pull away and get that winning margin of victory. They would really like to have that kind of a third quarter performance here tonight. Both teams just about ready to head over to the bench and get ready to get this third quarter underway. Again, we really can't say it enough, but if you get a chance when you see any of these sponsors on the street, step into their business, just tell them thank you. You really do appreciate their sponsoring these broadcasts. It is a long 3 days. We started down here in Morrill on Thursday night, back over here again last night and again tonight, and it's support from those sponsors that allows us to get down here and do these kinds of things. And of course, as we approach sub-district and district action coming up here in a couple of weeks, we'll be on the road for those games as well. The girls sub-district has been set. That will be in Alliance, and we'll have that game for you. I think that's 2 weeks from this coming Tuesday in Alliance. We'll have that sub-district game for you between the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs and whoever their first-round sub-district opponent is. Well, we are ready for third quarter basketball. Bridgeport with it. We are underway. Here's Caleb Lissetto on the dribble, guarded closely by Dylan Schwarting. They work off of the pick. Lissetto drives in. Contact up, no good. They'll kick it back out. This is Fessler for 3. That one is good. Increases the lead to 26-17, and the Mustangs need to find an answer here early in this second half. Here is Trace Bagan, and he does exactly that. Trace Bagan for his first 3 points of the game, back within 6, 7:23 to go in the third quarter. They get it out to Lissetto. He'll bring it to the top of the key. On the dribble, guarded by Schwarting. Now he works back the other way. Here's Nichols on the wing. And up top for Stevens. Stevens between the circles. Now back to Fessler. The Mustangs try to double team him there. Fessler hung up, but he's able to get it to Lissetto, and then Lissetto is ran flat by Jared Nelson, and that'll be the third foul on Jared Nelson. Mustangs leading scorer now with 3 fouls. Just a minute and 5 seconds into the third quarter. Carson Hinn will come in, and Nelson will have to take a seat on the bench. So now we'll see what the Mustangs can do with their leading scorer on the sidelines. So here's DeMaster taking that inbounds. He'll hand it off to Fessler. He'll work against Carson Hinn. Over the top they go to Lissetto. Lissetto guarded by Morgan Holbert. It's been man-to-man defense for both of these teams the whole way. Up top to Fessler and around to Lissetto for 3. That one is in and out, no good. Tipped out of bounds. That'll be Mustang basketball off of Nichols. Under 6.5 to go. Mustangs trail by 6. Holbert comes back and takes that inbounds pass, and he'll walk it up the floor to set the Mustang offense. Onto the wing for Carson Hinn. Guarded by Nichols. And now up top for Schwarting. Schwarting works off of the pick. Into the corner for Holbert. He'll try the three-pointer. Good! Morgan Holbert for 3. 5 points for Morgan Holbert tonight. That pulls the Mustangs back within 3. 6 minutes left to go in the third quarter. They go down low. This is DeMaster backing in, runs over top of Corby Campbell and lays it in for 2. Holbert Sets it up, looks into the corner for Carson Hinn. Carson on the wing wants a little bit of help. Trace Bagan down the lane, out into the corner for Schwarting. Schwarting on the dribble, now back to Holbert. Holbert into the paint. Kicks it back out for Hinn. He'll try the three. Good! Carson Hinn for three! And the Mustangs have come out of the half on fire. 28-26, the lead is cut to 2. Lassetto works against Schwarting. Drives to the corner, accelerates down the baseline, has it slapped away. Corby Campbell with it. Corby Campbell down the floor, 2-on-1. Corby lays it up, good! Corby hits the floor, no foul called. Count the basket, and the Mustangs have tied this one up at 28 with under 5 to go in the third quarter. Here's Nichols onto the wing, they double team him there. Fessler passes up on the three, into the corner they go for Stevens. That three-pointer off the mark. And there's Corby Campbell with another rebound. And now we've got an official's timeout. Not sure. Talking to Morgan Holbert, and started with Corby Campbell and then Morgan Holbert. Not sure what. I'm not sure that Corby's going to head over. Maybe Corby caught an elbow to the noggin, trying to shake the cobwebs out a little bit there on the sideline, and then also flexing that right knee just a little bit. 4:36 to go, tied at 28. Into the corner for Holbert. Holbert trying to find somewhere to go with his basketball. Now he realizes he can dribble out of there. Hands it off to Bagan. Bagan drives in. Fadeaway jumper, good! Trace Bagan. Fall away jumper gets it to go, and the Mustangs back in front for the first time since midway through the second quarter. They now lead it 30-28, 4:10 to go, third quarter. And now we've got a foul on one of the Mustangs here. I think this is going to be Carson Hinn. Carson pats DeMasters on the back saying, sorry for whatever it is that I did. Carson picks up his first. Didn't see what it was that transpired down there in the paint. Get it into Lassetto. Now they swing it back up top for Kildow. 4:05 to go, third quarter. Kildow to Nichols. Nichols works against Corbin Bailey. Down to the baseline. Jumper no good. Rebound tipped out of there, finally controlled by Schwarting. Cross court pass to Morgan Holbert, and Mustangs with numbers. Holbert's going to pull it back though. Flips it out to Corbin Bailey. Passed up the three, and then we've got a hold called on the Bridgeport Bulldogs, as that'll go against Fessler, and that'll be his first. 3:46 to go in the third quarter. Mustangs back out in front by 2. And now Corby Campbell back into the ball game. Good to see him back in there. Carson Hinn to the bench. Stevens also out for the Bulldogs. Didn't see who came in to replace him. Everything is all good at the scorer's table now, we think, and ready for play. Schwarting to inbound it. Gets it to Morgan Holbert out on that right wing. Here is Schwarting from the top of the key for three. That one's off the mark, no good. Tipped out of there by Trace Bagan, but Kildow able to secure the rebound for Bridgeport. Here's Kildow on the right wing, looks up top. Lassetto for three. That one's off the front of the rim and no good. But there is DeMaster with the offensive rebound to clean it up. Drake DeMasters with 5, and we're tied at 30. Morgan Holbert sets the offense, works against Lassetto. Onto the wing for Bailey. Bailey into the corner for Bagan. Three-pointer on the way. That one's off the back of the rim, no good. Corby Campbell's going to be whistled for the foul. Corby Campbell picks up his first. Corby going hard for that rebound. And called for the push. That's the third foul of the half on the Mustangs, just one on Bridgeport. Nichols comes out, Fessler back into the game. So the Mustangs hanging in there with their leading scorer on the bench, and just as I say that, now Jared Nelson back into the game with 3 fouls. Lassetto comes to the hard stop, keeps his balance. Now he'll hand it off to Kildow. Under 3 to go in the third quarter. Back to Lassetto on the wing. Lassetto works to his left. He'll bring it up between the circles and reset the offense. Works off of the pick. Drives to the baseline, loses it out of bounds. Mustang basketball. 2 minutes, 40 seconds left to go, third quarter. Championship game, Western Trails Conference Finals. Mustangs trying to defend their championship title from a year ago. Nelson on the dribble. Drives in, kicks it out for Schwarting. He'll drive into the paint. Cross court for Bolender. Bolender drives baseline. Delly quick it up top for Schwarting. Three-pointer, good! Dylan Schwarting for 3. Dylan Schwarting with his first 3 points of the night. And the Mustangs back in front, 33-30, 2:07 to go in the third quarter. The Mustangs have really lit it up from behind the arc in this second half, and that has made all the difference. They've come from 6 points down, and that one's off glass and good by Drake DeMasters. He's got 6 second half points, and now a timeout on the floor called by Bridgeport with 1:50 to go in the third quarter, and it's a 1-point Mustang lead at 33-32. Check out the great selection of sale items now at Hins Clothing in Gordon. They also have a great selection of sportswear, casual wear, jeans, shoes, and much more. Come to Hins Clothing Center at 208 North Main Street in Gordon. And the First National Bank of Gordon proudly celebrates over 125 years of locally made decisions and supporting our community. Ask us about our competitive student checking accounts. Good luck this season, Mustangs, from the First National Bank in Gordon. 1 minute, 50 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Mustangs lead it by 1, 33-30. 3 team fouls on the Mustangs, just 1 against Bridgeport in this second half. Mustang basketball at the far end of the court. This will be Trace Began who will toss it in. Brady Bolender back in there. He'll bring it up the floor and set the Mustang offense. Carson Hinn, Dylan Schwarting, and Corby Campbell also in that Mustang lineup. As Jared Nelson back to the bench with those 3 fouls. Bolender stands out behind the arc on the dribble. Now we'll get it to Campbell, and he'll hand it off to Carson Hinn. Carson onto the wing for Dylan Schwarting. Schwarting behind the back over to Bolender. Brady with a little bit of a hop, nearly traveled with it. Corby Campbell couldn't get that one to go. Double teamed down there. Not able to get a quality shot. 1:07 to go. Mustangs by 1. Into the corner. This is Fessler hung up there. Tipped around and battle for it on the floor. Held ball. This will be Mustang basketball. Possession arrow indicator on the far side not lit up. Apparently not working, and so it will be Mustang basketball on the alternating possession. Nelson back into the game to take the place of Bolender. 58 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Mustangs trailed by 6 at the half. They now lead it by 1. But Jared Nelson will walk it up the floor. Onto the wing for Carson Hinn. Between the circles to Nelson. Jared Nelson with the left-handed dribble. Now switches hands and gets it to Carson Hinn on the right wing. Now Schwarting between the circles and back to Nelson. 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. Mustangs in no hurry here. Trace Began on the wing. And now back to Carson Hinn. 20 seconds to go. Back to Nelson. Mustangs look like they're going to hold for the last shot. 15 seconds left to go in the quarter. Nelson on the dribble. Drives down the lane. High off the glass. Ball won't fall. But he is fouled. And that'll be 2 free throws for Jared Nelson. And that one goes against Logan Nichols. That is his first. So Jared Nelson 2 for 2 from the line tonight. Picked up that third foul early in the quarter. Hasn't scored in the second half. 10.9 seconds. Knocks down the first free throw. Sends the Mustang lead to 2. 10.9 seconds left. So Bridgeport will have time to work regardless of whether this is made or missed. Free throw is good. And Now we've got substitutions as Morgan Holbert will come in to take the place of Jared Nelson, try and keep him from getting a fourth foul late in this third quarter. 10 seconds to work. This is Lassetto bringing it up, goes behind the back, flips it onto the wing for Nichols. Fessler puts up a shot at the buzzer, good, just inside the three-point line. The shot will count. Cole Fessler with the shot at the buzzer, and that pulls Bridgeport back within one, 35-34, as we head to the fourth quarter.
You're at brunch. You want to go sweet, but you also want savory. What do? You order the brunch explosion. Boom. It's the same thing as Aflac. All right, look, you have major medical insurance, but you also need to make sure your bases are covered. So if you get stuck with an unexpected medical bill and your regular insurance doesn't pay for everything, Aflac pays you cash to help you get through it.
Oh, that's what Aflac is.
That's what Aflac is.
The certified public accounting firm of Gardner, Lautzenheiser & Ryan wishes good luck to the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs. Visit with CPAs Sarah Ritgarn or Mike Coombs or any of the other professional staff at 216 South Main Street in Gordon. Or you can call 282-0842 for all of your tax, payroll, and accounting. GLR CPAs have big firm capability and small town personality. Go Mustangs from Gardner, Lautzenheiser & Ryan. 8 minutes on the clock. Fourth quarter action here. Mustangs lead it by one. They've erased a 6-point halftime deficit. And they'll try to close it out here in the fourth quarter. They'll try and repeat as Western Trails Conference champions. High post they go for DeMasters. DeMasters works against Campbell, nowhere to go with it. DeMasters in danger of a 5 count. Now a spin move in the lane, and that won't go. Corby Campbell with the rebound. Nelson back in there, crosses the timeline ahead to Trace Bagan into the corner. Morgan Holbert for three. That one won't fall. Tipped around two Mustangs. That was Bagan, and Campbell fought for it. And they lose it to Lassetto. He'll get it across to Stevens. Stevens works up top. Now he'll hand it off to Fessler. Lassetto turns the corner. And across to Fessler. Passes on the three. Now he'll bring it between the circles. They reverse it to Lassetto. 7:05 to go, fourth quarter. They tried to go down low, but tipped by one of the Mustangs. Good defense that time. Got a hand in the passing lane. Ahead to Corby Campbell. Corby kicks it out to Morgan Holbert. Corby with a little too much momentum to do anything with that basketball. Wisely tried to kick it out. The Mustangs now will have to regroup. 6:45 to go, fourth quarter. Morgan Holbert between the circles. Brings it to the left wing. Still on the dribble. Wants to go inside. Now up top for Nelson. Curls around down the lane. That one is no good, but he is fouled. And that'll be two more free throws for Jared Nelson. And that, I think, is Drake DeMasters, who just picked up his third foul. It is. So 3 on DeMasters. Jared Nelson, who's 4 for 4 from the free throw line tonight, sizes this one up and knocks it down. Back to a 2-point Mustang lead with 6 minutes and 34 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. Nelson with the second. That one also is good. Nelson a perfect 6 for 6 from the free throw line. Now Nelson comes out. Carson Hinn back into the game. Trying to play some situational substitutions here and keep Jared Nelson out of foul trouble. Fessler accelerates into the offensive zone, drives in, and he's going to be fouled. That'll be 2 free throws for Cole Fessler. That is the second on Carson Hinn. 6:25 to go, fourth quarter. 3-point Mustang lead. Fessler lines it up and gets the roll. Now Brady Bolender in for Morgan Holbert. Fessler's second free throw, no good. Pulled out of there by Dylan Schwarting, and he'll bring it up the floor. 6:20 to go, fourth quarter. Schwarting on the dribble, now picks it up. Finds Trace Bagan on the wing. Now back out to Brady Bolender at the top of the key. Feeds it to Carson Hinn. That one was flipped out of bounds by Nichols, and they're going to say it was actually off of Carson Hinn. Nichols obviously reached in and flipped that one out of bounds, but they're going to give it to Bridgeport. 6:08 to go. Mustangs with a 2-point advantage. Pressure on the out-of-bounds play by the Mustangs, but they'll get it into Lassetto, and he'll go to work against Dylan Schwarting. 6 minutes on the dot, left to go in this one. The Masters down the lane, count the basket and the foul. They like that pick and roll with DeMasters from the high post. They go over the top. He gets it and lays it home. And that is the third on Carson Hinn. DeMasters' free throw is good. And that puts Bridgeport out in front, 38-37. Carson Hinn on the right wing now. Across to Brady Bolender. Bolender now will dribble it, bring it over to the right wing for Bagan. Skip pass across, dangerous pass for Schwarting. He'll try the long range three. That's off the back iron and no good, but Corby Campbell rips that rebound down. Good offensive rebound there to extend the possession for the Mustangs. 5:25 to go, fourth quarter. Timeout on the floor. Full 1 minute timeout called by Coach Nelson. We'll take it with him here on Sheridan County JournalStar.net.
With the dawn of every new day come countless new demands. At New Holland, we know the value of reliable planting. That's why our P-Series air carts and drills give you precise control over your seeding, increasing accuracy and yield. When it comes time to harvest, the CR Series Combine offers superior quality, minimal grain loss, and increased visibility. Challenges will vary from day to day, but your answers to them won't. New Holland, equipped for a new world.
Family owned since 1932, Strong Insurance is your independent insurance company, offering all forms of insurance. Stop in today at 224 North Main Street in Gordon and visit with Ben Chris. Come bank with the best. Bank of the West offers all banking services, and that includes mortgages. Come enjoy the welcoming atmosphere at the Bank of the West, where the coffee pot is always on. Mustangs now trail by 1. 5 minutes and 24 seconds left to go in this fourth quarter. Western Trails Conference Tournament Championship game. Great atmosphere here from Cougar Palace in Scottsbluff on the campus of WNCC. Jared Nelson back into the game. Works off of the pick into the corner for Bagan. Back up top for Holbert. Holbert finally gets it to Carson Hinn. He'll hand it back to Nelson. Nelson on the dribble, drives down the lane, flips it out, and it'll be tipped out of bounds. I think that was Stevens who got a hand on it and tipped it out of there. It'll stay with the Mustangs. 5:04 to go, fourth quarter. Gonna come right down to the wire here, folks. We're looking for a fantastic finish. Bagan and around quickly, they reverse it. Nelson onto the wing. Now he'll dribble it back out. Morgan Holbert between the circles. Bagan on the wing, looks. Nowhere to go with it. Now he'll drive in, kicks it out for Holbert. Morgan Holbert. And back out to Hinn. And now here is Morgan Holbert. Mustangs very patient on offense. 4:35 to go. Mustangs down by 1. Onto the wing for Carson Hinn. And now here's Nelson curling off of the pick. That one is short. Corby Campbell with another offensive rebound. That's 2 on this possession. Morgan Holbert, pull-up jumper. Off glass won't go. Carson Hinn pulls the rebound out of there. And so 3 offensive rebounds on this possession. The Mustangs wearing out Bridgeport on the boards. 4:08 to go, fourth quarter. Corby Campbell on the wing, and now out to Bagan. Morgan Holbert on the wing. Nelson for 3, top of the key. That one's off the mark, no good. Bodies hit the floor. DeMasters controls it finally and gets it to Fessler. Getting down to crunch time here. 3:45 to go, fourth quarter. Mustangs down by 1. Into the corner, Nichols. They'll flip it back out. This is Lassetto for 3. Good. Caleb Lassetto with his first points of the night, and it gives a 4-point lead to the Bridgeport Bulldogs. Into the corner for Carson Hinn. Drives baseline. Kicks it out for Morgan Holbert. Corby Campbell, mid-range jumper. Good. Corby Campbell, haven't seen him shoot much other than layups in the last couple of games, but he knocked that one down with authority. Pulls the Mustangs back within 2 at 39-41. Timeout called by the Mustangs as they'll try to reset for the final 3 minutes and change of this fourth quarter. The Italian Inn in Gordon serves up delicious burgers and steaks, as well as great Italian food and much more in a friendly hometown atmosphere. They're open for lunch and dinner. The Italian Inn is located at 200 North Main Street in Gordon. And the Grocery Mart of Gordon has everything you need for your party, from pork back ribs for $1.99 a pound to 3-pound bags of Schweigert buffalo and barbecue wings for $12.99. Grocery Mart is your home-owned grocery store located at 228 North Main Street in Gordon. 3 minutes, 17 seconds to go in this fourth quarter. The Mustangs down by 2, 41-39. 5 fouls on the Mustangs, just 3 on Bridgeport in this second half. The Mustangs with full court press here now. They'll fall back into just full court pressure as this is Fessler working against Morgan Holbert. And now Lassetto. Lassetto works against Jared Nelson. Jared now in good shape with those 3 fouls. Into the corner they go. This is Fessler. And now to Lassetto. Lassetto jump stop, kicks it out to Fessler. Under 3 to go. Fessler up to the top of the key. Loses his balance, falls down, gets back up. Lassetto with a backdoor cut is good. Caleb Lassetto with 5 points, all of them here in the fourth quarter. Nelson step back 3 off the back iron and no good. And the long rebound controlled by, that is Fessler. So now the Mustangs down by 4, under 2.5 to go. Gonna have to find a defensive stop here. They try the trap, that won't go, and Corby Campbell with the attempted steal that time. He is gonna pick up his second foul, and that's probably not a bad foul to commit right there. As the Mustangs are approaching that point in the game where they may need to start fouling and forcing Bridgeport to shoot some free throws. They trail by 4 with 2:19 to go. They'll get it into Lassetto. Expect Bridgeport to be very, very patient here. And has his pocket picked by Morgan Holbert. Morgan down the floor, lays it up and good. Great defensive work that time by Morgan Holbert to pull the Mustangs within 2 with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Fessler brings it up now to Lassetto. Lassetto drives into the corner for Nichols. Back to Lassetto on the wing, 1:50 to go. Lassetto between the circles. Off the screen, drives in, kicks it into the corner. This is Fessler. High post, they go for DeMasters. DeMasters on the dribble, now he'll kick it out. Lassetto for 3. Off the mark, no good. Mustangs with a chance to tie or take the lead here. 1.5 to go in the fourth quarter. Jared Nelson looks to sideline to get the play. He'll work to the right side. 1:25 to go. Nelson on the dribble from the wing. Pull-up jumper. Good! We are tied. Jared Nelson with his first field goal in the second half ties it at 43. Timeout on the floor. Full 1 minute timeout. We are tied at 43. 1:13 left to go in the fourth quarter.
Hinn's Home Furnishings of Gordon is gearing up for our annual tax return sale with big savings store-wide. Hinn's Home Furnishings has a great selection of couches, recliners, mattresses, appliances, dining room sets, and more. We also carry a wide variety of quality flooring and even offer installation. Hinn's Home Furnishings also offers free local delivery. Come check us out at 122 North Main Street in Gordon. Remember, even if we don't have what you're looking for, we can get it for you.
We've got a good one, folks. Fourth quarter action. Western Trails Conference final tied at 43. Mustangs hanging in. They trailed by 6 at the half. They've come back. They led, but now they are tied at 43 apiece with just under or just over 2 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Actually, a minute 13. I lost track of where we're at. They run the timeout clock. You can't see what the game clock says as that's winding down. A minute and 13 seconds. Not a lot of time to work. Tied at 43. Bridgeport with the basketball. Gordon-Rushville will come up, and they are going to provide some pressure on this inbounds play. On the floor for the Mustangs, it's Holbert, Nelson, Schwarting, Campbell, and Bagan. Lassetto gets it into DeMasters. Hands it right back to Lassetto, and he'll cross the timeline, and Bridgeport goes to work. 1:05 to go, fourth quarter. Lassetto down the sideline, into the corner, keeps his dribble. Top of the key, this is Nichols. Nichols picks up his dribble. Out to Lassetto, 50 seconds to go. Bridgeport in no hurry. Gonna try and get a good look at the basket. There's a three-pointer in the corner from Nichols. That one is off the mark, tipped and controlled by Corby Campbell. But tipped right back and taken away by Bridgeport. 35 seconds into the corner. This is DeMasters, and a foul called on the Mustangs. 34.4 seconds left to go. Corby Campbell got that rebound, tried to make the outlet pass. Went off of a Bridgeport player, and Bridgeport controlled it. Give that foul to Jared Nelson. That is number 4 on him. And now Morgan Holbert's going to have to come out of the ball game. Looks like he took one in the chops. Carson Hinn will come in to replace him. So this is Fessler at the free throw line. He's got a 1-and-1 opportunity here. And we've got blood on the floor from Morgan Holbert. Not sure if he bloodied his nose or if that's a lip. Cameraman Gene says yes, indeed it is a nose. And so now they're going to have to do some house cleaning here. And it's a little more opportunity for Cole Fessler to think about this free throw. Seven fouls on the Mustangs, just 3 on Bridgeport. Morgan now at the far end of the court cleaning up a few drops of blood from where he came off of the floor. I think we've got them all. And now we are just about ready to get this one going. Now Nichols comes out, and Kyle Kildow back in to the Bridgeport lineup. He'll step into the lane now for this free throw attempt. Cole Fessler, 1-and-1 opportunity here. 34.4 seconds left to go, fourth quarter. Fessler lines it up, lets it fly, and it is good. And that puts Bridgeport up by 1, and a timeout called by the Mustangs. One more free throw coming for Cole Fessler. Bridgeport now has the lead, 34 seconds left to go. The Mustangs are going to have an opportunity regardless of the results of this free throw. Say thanks to sponsors of tonight's action: Gordon True Value, Gordon Superfoods in the Ideal Market of Rushville, Open Range Beef, Hub International, Gordon Dental, Hinn's Clothing Center, the First National Bank of Gordon, Gardner, Lautzenheiser and Ryan, Strong Insurance, the Bank of the West, the Italian Inn in Gordon, Grocery Mart, Modern Farm Equipment, Gordon Memorial Health Services, Hinn's Home Furnishings, and the Sheridan County Journal-Star. Well, we've got our money's worth tonight here, folks. 34.4 seconds left to go. Bridgeport at the line with the second half of a 1-and-1. They've got a 1-point lead. Cole Fessler is 4 for 4 from the free throw line tonight. He's got one shot here. The Mustangs will have plenty of time to work on offense. Second one is no good. Nelson with the rebound, and the Mustangs on the run. Nelson behind the back dribble. Now he'll peel it out, and they'll set it up. Mustangs down by 1 with 25 seconds to go. Nelson on the dribble on the wing. Nelson works off the pick from Campbell. down the lane, swatted out of bounds. Mustangs will maintain possession. 18.3 seconds left. Nelson, 2 big steps down the lane. He couldn't get that ball up very high, and it was a pretty easy block for Bridgeport. I think that was DeMasters who got the hand on it and swatted it out of bounds, and now Bridgeport wants to talk this over. They want to set their defense for the final 18.3 seconds left to go in this fourth quarter. Well, this has been an outstanding game from start to finish. And we are so glad to have everybody along with us here tonight. And a whole bunch of you online enjoying this, and really makes it a whole lot of fun when we've got this many people on watching from all over the country, literally. Glad to have you along. You've witnessed a good one here tonight. Trying to get our wits about us for the last 18 seconds left in this one. The Mustangs have the basketball. They'll be inbounding underneath their own basket with 18 seconds left to go. They trail by 1, 43-44. They need a good look at the basket. They either need to get some penetration, a drive and a foul, or else a good look and try to get a bucket. Any bucket obviously puts them ahead. Mustangs back out on the floor and ready to go. Bridgeport late coming out of that huddle over on the sideline. Now they make their way down the floor. 18.3 left to go. Jared Nelson will trigger it inbounds for the Mustangs. He gets it into Bagan, to Holbert. They swing it around to Nelson. 15 to go. Nelson on the dribble. Nelson spin move. Hung up. Down low. Corby Campbell has it blocked. Gets it back. Blocked. Gets it again and fouled. Corby Campbell with 2 offensive rebounds, and he is fouled with 6.1 seconds left and a chance to tie it up or even win it for the Mustangs here. Big free throws for Corby Campbell. Corby 1 for 2 from the line tonight. Corby with 7 points, 2 shots. First free throw, good! We are tied at 44. Chance for Corby to put the Mustangs on top. 6.1 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. This is that spot that every kid dreams about. Out on the playground, throws that one up, good! Corby Campbell knocks it down. Mustangs by 1, 6.1 seconds left to go. Timeout on the floor. We'll take it with them. Mustangs by 1, 6.1 seconds left to go.
Hinn's Home Furnishings of Gordon is gearing up for our annual tax return sale with big savings store-wide. Hinn's Home Furnishings has a great selection of couches, recliners, mattresses, appliances, dining room sets, and more. We also carry a wide variety of quality flooring and even offer installation. Hinn's Home Furnishings also offers free local delivery. Come check us out at 122 North Main Street in Gordon. Remember, even if we don't have what you're looking for, we can get it for you.
So 2 huge free throws by Corby Campbell to put the Mustangs in front. 6.1 seconds on the clock, and that is a lot of time for Bridgeport to work. That's enough time to inbound the basketball and dribble the length of the court, and the problem here is the Mustangs do not have a foul to give, and so they've got to be very, very careful. A foul puts Bridgeport at the line with a 1-on-1 opportunity and a chance to win the game with 6.1 seconds left to go. So the Mustangs got to play some good defense here if they hope to hold on. And another timeout called by Bridgeport after seeing what the Mustangs come out with here. So a timeout on the floor, another 1-minute timeout. We'll take it with them.
When the field is your office, you never get tired of going to work. Cut, rake, bale, repeat. New Holland offers the power and versatility to get through the day. From small squares to large squares and everything in between, New Holland has you covered. Visit your local dealer today to find out more. New Holland, equipped for a new world.
On the floor for the Mustangs for these final 6 seconds, Morgan Holbert, Jared Nelson, Trace Bagan, Dylan Schwarting, losing my mind. And Corby Campbell. Goodness, goodness, goodness. This has been a fun one, folks. 6 seconds of defense is all the Mustangs need here. 45-44. Stevens will inbound the basketball for Bridgeport. Mustangs are going to provide some full court pressure here. They get it to Lassetto. Lassetto is not going to have a great shot. No foul called. Lassetto hits the deck, and the Mustangs are your Western Trails Conference champions for 2018. Lassetto lost his feet, and it has been a physical game the whole way, folks. Bridgeport does not like that call, and I don't blame them, but the sad fact of the matter is that there has been a whole lot of physical calls that have gone both ways in this game. The officials called it evenly both ways, and that's a tough way to finish. That's a heartbreaking way to end the game if you're Bridgeport, but it's absolutely the way that those referees called the entire game. Congratulations to the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs, 2018 Western Trails Conference Championship tournament winners. A 45-44 win over the Bridgeport Bulldogs, and hats off to Bridgeport. They played an outstanding basketball game. They came up just short, and you know that they are looking forward to the rematch on Friday night in Gordon. It was exactly this same scenario. Was it last year or 2 years ago? 2 years ago. The Mustangs, I think this is the third year in a row for the Mustangs winning this tournament. It was the exact same scenario. They defeated Bridgeport on a last-second shot down here and then went back for the rematch and won that one as well in Gordon. So congratulations to the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs. We're going to keep it right here for the championship presentations. So we will turn it over to the public address announcer here for just a little bit.
Number 3, Number 4, David Argosa. Number 5, Jake Ramey. Number 11, Brady Newkirk. Number 13, Jake Wallison. Number 14, Adam Mastenza. Number 15, Kyle Kildow. Number 20, Taylor Sturkle. Number 21, Drake Masters. Number 23, Louis Garza. Number 24, Logan Nichols. Number 30, Diego Sandoval. Number 34, Eric Stevens. Ladies and gentlemen, runners-up in the 2018 Western Trails Conference, Bridgeport Bulldogs. Now, Coach Nelson, please hand out these medals to your championship, Gordon-Rushville Mustangs. Number 2, Martin Robert. Number 3, Corbin Bailey. Number 4, Dylan Sporting. Number 5, Justin Vandenson. Number 10, Brady Bolander. Number 12, Corby Temple. Number 15, Dennis Mulcahy. Number 21, Carson Hinn. Number 22, Trace Megan. Number 23, Logan Dexter. Number 24, Jared Nelson. Number 30, Charles Hollowhorn. Number 35, Andrew Black Elk. Number 45, Cade Fisher. And ladies and gentlemen, champion in the boys division, Western Trails Conference for 2018, Gordon-Rushville Mustangs. Congratulations. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for support throughout this tournament. The tournament officials are impressed with.
So congratulations to the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs, Western Trails Conference Tournament champions. Bear with me as camera woman Jean, video camera woman Jean has turned into still camera Jean. She's down there going to get some still photos of the Western Trails Conference champions. We'll keep it right here for just a little bit and revel in the victory. Let's take a quick look at some final scoring totals for the Mustangs. Leading the way tonight, Jared Nelson with 14 points. Corby Campbell finished with 9 in a strong performance by Corby Campbell tonight. Morgan Holbert finished with 7. Trace Bagan had 5. Dylan Schwarting and Brady Bolender each with 3, and Corbin Bailey with 1. For the Bridgeport Bulldogs, it was a balanced attack. Logan Nichols and Drake DeMasters each with 10 points apiece. Cole Fessler with 9. Caleb Lassetto and Kyle Kildow each with 5. Eric Stevens with 3. And Luis Garza with 2. It came right down to the final 6 seconds, and it was a close one. The Mustangs come out on top. Final score 45-44. And we apologize, we've got some folks down here in front kind of blocking your view, but those are your Western Trails Conference Tournament champions. Again, it was a whole lot of fun here tonight. 3 straight years, that's back-to-back 3 straight years for the Mustangs. As we had remembered, 3 years ago it was Bridgeport. Was it Bridgeport they defeated all 3 years? It's been Bridgeport each year that the Mustangs have come out on top. And so back-to-back championships for this Gordon-Rushville Mustang squad. Congratulations to them. Folks, we really appreciate you tuning in tonight. Again, say thanks to our sponsors, and I think that we are done with broadcasts until girls sub-district action, which will be, I think that is a week from this coming Tuesday. I'm not sure exactly. Yes, I think that is a week from this coming Tuesday. Girls sub-district action, that'll be in Alliance, and we will be there to bring that to you. So look forward to seeing you then. For Gene Anderson, I am Clint Anderson. Thanks for joining us here on SheridanCountyJournalStar.net.